Hey everybody, my name is Adam, and in this video we're going to go over the Orbit sprinkler valve system. It's this whole unit here. You get 3 valves. Home Depot and Lowe's both carry it, and it's supposed to be really easy to install without any tools, things like that. It's about just under 50 bucks. I've pulled this out of the box exactly as you see it. All these green pipes, exactly as you see, right out of the cardboard box. I've done nothing to it. Here's my water in. It's a 1-inch PVC. I had to use some elbows to get this up higher. It was just, this pipe was a bit too low. Well, what I did here was replace an older system. So usually if you're laying your own, starting from scratch, this is going to be a bit easier than what I had to do. So this is a 1-inch fitting. If you need, they supply a 1-inch coupling as well. So you just go straight from your 1-inch pipe, use this coupling, and you can join here. And this splits off into 3 sections, so you can water 3 different parts. This is a lawn section, this is a lawn section. This one right here splits off, and it's for, you know, the funny pipe and spraying the ornamentals and stuff like that. It's not going to go to the garden. This black part here is hooks up to the timer with these wires, and this is where the electrical current goes. It opens up and lets the water flow. Here at the end, in case you wanted to add on more stations, you unscrew this, and you can add on another one of these right there. So again, you're going to need, when you're done, we're going to put this box on like that and cover the whole thing up. What else? So I had to do a little bit of goofy work here because this was a whole separate system to get these pipes coming in this way. So usually, again, if you're doing your own, you're not going to do all these elbows like I had to do if you're starting from scratch. So what I've done so far, none of this is connected. This is all what's called dry fit, and I could pull all this out. None of these are glued together. So I cut them, and let me show you how to cut PVC just in case you've never done it. This is what I use to cut the pipes. It's really handy for all kinds of pipes and tubes and hoses. It's good for PEX, all kinds of stuff. And what you do is you open it up like that, and it's got this ratcheting action here. So you close it, ratchet, 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 till it's through the pipe. So open it up. This can do a 1-inch pipe, up to a 1-inch. I'm closing. Right now I'm cutting 3/4 inch, which is the same size as the output of the valve, actually, all 3. There we go. It's super simple, really easy to do. And might as well talk about the glue. What you want to do is use primer first. This is the one I'm using. And then you can use your PVC cement. You want to make sure you're getting the right kind of cement because they make different styles. So the pipe going in is 1 inch, and these 3 going out are all 3/4 inch pipes. And when you install this, you don't want it too low down because if there's a flood, you don't want all this submerged. So they recommend raising it a bit and also putting some gravel underneath, a few inches of gravel at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to start by gluing the 1-inch pipe together and attaching it right here. Okay, so I'm going to use purple primer on the inside and on the outside of the pipe. Okay, and then I can use the glue. Go around the inside and then put in the pipe and give it a bit of a twist. A little bit of glue. Put on the pipe and give it a little bit of a twist. And the inside here. Okay, let's prime this part here, the inside here. And we can do a little bit of glue. Alright, the sun was getting a little too intense, so I put up some shade. What I'm going to do is use the primer and cement. I'm going to pull these parts out and reattach them. First I'm going to do the primer on the outside of the pipe, and then the inside of these elbows and couplings. So prime the outside inside to get the plastic nice and clean, and then use some glue smeared around in a circle as well. There's not much to it really. When you put them together, you want to give it a little bit of a twist, maybe a quarter turn. That way it smears the glue around as well on the inside. Other than that, let's get going. Okay, I got all the fittings in, all glued up. Now here's the good part about this whole system. If you need to work on this, you can just unscrew these. Is that one? And you're not supposed to use a wrench or anything. This is all hand tightened. There we go. It's that easy. I just took the entire thing out and I can work on it. These can be replaced. Since these are glued on, if you need a new one, you need to rip out some pipe or has some damage or whatever, you can buy a new connector that would fit right on the end of here. Very good system. You can see all the connections have this O-ring. I like to put a little bit of grease on. So I'm just going to use some, this is just multi-purpose grease. You don't have any, you could even use Vaseline, it doesn't really matter. It just helps get the seal watertight. They do this kind of thing on scuba watches and stuff like that. So put a little bit around here. If you're having leaking issues, you can take this O-ring out and grease the whole O-ring. So again, tighten it hand tight, and that's it, no wrenches. So I'm going to take off all of these and put on a little bit of grease. Okay, so hand tighten every connection. One at the front and one at the back. Okay, next what we're going to do is wire this up. I got my sprinkler wiring here, and this is going to go to your control box, your sprinkler control box. And they sell sprinkler wiring. It's specifically for sprinklers, and it's the right gauge, everything you need. So what you need to find out is your common wire, and in this case that's blue. This is hooked up to the COM in the sprinkler box, and that means I hook it up to one of these wires on each one. It doesn't matter which one. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to strip off a little bit of the covering here. I'm going to unravel these. Okay. So I'll take the back of all of these And I'm going to braid them together. Just basically twist them together, along with the blue here. And let me strip off just a tiny bit more like insulator. There we go. In your bag they give you wire caps. Okay. I'm going to keep all of these, the ends of the wires even. There we go. You can use your fingers or you can twist it with pliers. Okay. Okay, so that's the COM. That's one wire from each one of these going to the blue, which in my case is hooked up to the COM section in the sprinkler box. Next I have orange and green, and these are the two stations for the lawn. I'll strip off about a ½ an inch. Okay, this center one is my ornamental, so I'll do this one here for the lawn, the green one. Twist on the cap. Then this is the orange wire, which was faded to looking actually yellow. Put a cap on there. Now this station, which isn't done, I haven't finished hooking up the PVC. I will choose, let's do a white wire. In my box, what I mean is it's not fully installed and hooked up, but I'll hook it up here just because I'm already doing it. I'm going to wrap the wire around a little bit. And then screw on the connector the same direction I wrap the wires together. And that's done. And one of the problems in my last box is these connections, when water filled up in here, it kind of ruined the integrity of the connection. So what they give you here is this plastic insert. You can shove your wiring in there, and I'm pretty sure there's a goopy gel. Yeah, I can see it. So they label C for common and then 1, 2, 3, 4. They give you an extra one. I'm going to put this piece on here, and this will snap. Let's see, probably like, yeah, like that. Looks like that's the spot for it. So we'll insert the COM into common. There we go, like that. Now that's, yeah, just shove it way into the goop. Might as well do them in order, huh? Let's do the green. Way in. then the white and the yellow. Looks like I need to give it some more slack here. Yeah, those aren't deep enough. I need to cut this. Separate the wires a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to push these in really deep, all the way till they touch the back, because it's getting inserted into this gloppy gel which is encasing it, and looks like Vaseline almost. It might even be some sort of petroleum. Okay, all the way till it stops. There we go. I'll clean this up with some zip strips, but that clamps right there on the pipe. I'll tuck that away in here. There we go, and this whole station is wired and ready to go. Okay, now before you bury anything up, you want to at least turn on the water pressure, and so I got water pressure now through here. I'm going to run the sprinklers and see how they're working, see if there's any leaks. So if you give this a twist, it's going to turn this on. There we go. If you twist it too much, it's going to come off and leak everywhere. But alright, now I'm going to add some gravel at the base. Alright, here's the cover. So I need to make some holes in here to let the pipes through. So one about here. Let's make sure this doesn't move on me. One about here, here, and there. Okay, I cut some notches in here, and you can get additions on the bottom with holes already in them. Makes it easier. And this is cut away. Now this would have been easier if I didn't put the gravel in first, but whatever. So if you guys are doing it, don't put the gravel in till later. Alright. Now the box is down, and you want it flat, is just as flat with the ground. So I'm going to put some mulch, and it's going to meet the top of the box. So this is good. I'm going to go in here and flatten out the gravel and bury the hole. I'll probably spray paint this cover brown so I don't have to see a green lid, but it's all nice and clean. I really like how they supplied with this connector here. Keep them all out of any water that might build up in the bottom. And what's nice about this is when one of these fail, you can just swap this part out. If this unit here fails, you can just unscrew it and put in a new one really quickly. Or if I want to, I can add on. So I'm happy with it. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. I'll do my best to answer. I know there's probably a lot of things I left out that you might have questions on. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.